Welcome to Antholz-Anterselva for the first of the pursuit events. I'm afraid you've missed the first shoot in the women's pursuit event, and after Tora Berger started, she's had a few problems on the range. Daria Domracheva also missing, who started second. Kati Wilhelm, who's got such a good record in pursuits, also struggling with the shooting. So it is all change at the front. They're due into the second shoot in around 3 minutes time. Mike, can you give us an update on the positions of those who were leading initially?
Well, it's all changed. Berger was leading after the first shoot. She's in 14th position now. Domracheva has moved from second to fifth. Kati Wilhelm surprisingly down in 10th position.
Well, here you see them going through 3.1. Mäkäräinen has the lead for Finland. She's never won before. Big moment for her. And the next shoot in the prone position will be a real test of her nerve. Henkel has moved from 12th up into second position after a storming first lap of 2 kilometers. Buligina also going well for Russia. Now, we haven't seen much of Buligina this season, Mike, but she finished 4th in the sprint. She's lying in the top 3 at the moment here. She's generally only gets a 75% hit rate in pursuit races, but so far so good.
Yeah, she's putting it together well, and she's come into this competition now. You could argue with fresher legs. She hasn't raced as much as the other Russian girls, but the amazing result so far for me is that Neuner has moved from 15th to 5th, and she was 55 seconds behind. She's only 5.6 seconds behind now. So astonishing.
Watch out for Neuner. She was the world champion in this event 2 years ago on this very track here in Antholz. So it is one of those that suits certain people. We're at altitude 1,600 meters. It's a tough course, and it's a really tough approach into the range. So there are those athletes that time and time again do well.
Yeah, Neuner does like this. We always see, as we mentioned earlier, Henkel comes good on this track. And I think it's about the best shots. You can control your breathing or shoot between the breathing and the pulse rates. And Henkel is the best at that on this range.
Well, Tora Berger still outside the top 14 at the moment, 32 seconds behind, having started with an 8-second lead just 15 minutes ago, or not even that, 11 minutes ago. So the Norwegian not going so well. I'm afraid the Swedes are also struggling. Olofsson and Jonsson have dropped down positions outside the top 25 when we last saw them. And we'll give you an update as soon as we get more news on their progress. But it's Henkel now who leads, ahead of Buligina. Mäkäräinen right up with that leading group. But look how close it is, 15 seconds separating the top 9 positions. Just how we want it. And if it stays like this until the last shoot, it's probably going to be the most exciting finish we've had so far this year.
Now another change, Patrick. The sun has just come on about 30 seconds ago onto the range. That could affect things. Will alter the hit point slightly.
But with the sun also, Mike, the wind has picked up, blowing from right to left. So those who take note of the conditions will certainly reap the rewards later on. Kati Wilhelm still up with the leading group. Domracheva just coming in 7th. But it is Andrea Henkel in lane 1 for Germany. Uwe Mussigang.
Who does he watch?
I was going to say exactly the same. He's got both Henkel and Neuner and Wilhelm all shooting at the same time. Well, they're not short of staff, the Germans. Neuner the first to strike. 1, 2. Looks pretty easy at the moment. Remember, Neuner starting down in 15th position, and it's taken just 2 shoots and 4 kilometers, and she's now got the lead. The former world champion is flying. Henkel's got a miss, Buligina's got a miss, but Mäkäräinen of Finland is clear once again. So is Wilhelm, and Ahyatova, steady as you like, a little longer in the range, but 5 targets have gone down. She's still in contention.
This is one of the closest, the tightest races we've seen in pursuit for a very, very long time.
Away goes Martina Beck, no mistakes for her. Tora Berger, the former leader, another miss, so she's going to lose another 25 seconds to the likes of Neuner. And Avery Sau has gone clear. Nice to see Ponza doing so much better, Mike. An ankle injury over the summer months put her right behind, but at last she's showing the form we saw from her last year.
This will do her preparation, Ponza, for the World Champions a lot of good. Olofsson clear.
Fiandino clear as well. The Italians have certainly mastered the shooting on this course here in Antholz, and so they should. Most of the Italian biathletes tend to come from here. The best facility by some margin in Italy.
Just looking at the statistics, only 6 of the athletes, 18 of them gone out, only 6 have missed a target.
This is the target of Andrea Henkel, and Henkel is now down in 5th position with that one miss. The rest all hitting. We'll get an opportunity to see where they went. Over on the right-hand side, most people have been shooting low left so far today.
Bugina took an awful long time to get into position.
There you see the top 10. Neuner, Mäkinen, Wilhelm, Akhjatova. Daria Domracheva's done well. Started in 2nd, and she's in a very strong position. She's got a good record in the standing position, 80% hit rate. This is the race leader with bib number 15, having started 55 seconds behind. Neuner has ripped the field apart. She's now 17 seconds clear of Kadi Wilhelm and Mäkinen, who are in 2nd and 3rd. Good skiing from Mäkinen, Mike. She was saying after her press conference the other day, it's so nice to know that if you shoot clear, you stand a chance of winning, whereas in the past that just hasn't been the case.
That is true, and I think we're going to see more on top results from Mäkinen. But absolutely her top aim is for the World Championships, so still 3 weeks to go till she will be at her absolute best.
Beautiful shot of the meadows, the opposite side of the road from the stadium, and Neuner a long way clear, as you can see. Now, Mike, your predictions for what she's going to shoot, we were discussing prior to the race, saying that if she hits 17 out of 20 today, she's got a chance of winning.
It absolutely has, but I just feel we often see the psychology of Neuner when she's coming in and she's got her skiing form back. She tends to be a little nervous on the range, or tries to shoot a little faster to get out and just use her top skiing speed to pull time back.
So what's your prediction?
I think she's going to miss 2 on this standing. But one of the best movers is Urieva. She's started 29. She's moved up all the way up into 8th position.
And going the other way, Tora Berger has gone from 1st all the way down to 20th. 1 minute 17 behind. It doesn't look as though it's going to be a double victory for Tora Berger of Norway. Svensson, who races later on today, starts the race for the men. He'll obviously watch and learn from the women's race, just to look at the conditions. Now, the sun is still shining pretty brightly, Mike. The wind has increased a little bit.
And lane number 1, you look at all the German flags. There's Uwe Musegang, the coach for so many years, just trying to study how she's coming into the range. But she's so close to all the fans there on lane 1.
Neuner looking pretty relaxed as she skis up the firing lane. In lane 1 for Neuner. Remember, a hit rate in the stand of just 72%. She lost the sprint event, missing 3 in the stand position. She needs this one. And she's got it, so 3 out of 5 will keep her hopes alive. Now, can Mäkinen go clear, who's looked pretty good with the standing shooting so far this season? Excellent shot, 5 out of 5 for the Finn, and she's now in the best position of her career to take a World Cup victory, but she's still got an awful lot of work to do. Domracheva with a miss in the stand. She needs 4 out of 5 to get anywhere near Neuner, and Henkel, Buligina, Akhjatova are all still threatening, just 30 seconds or so behind. Neuner on the penalty loop, 2 loops to complete.
Well, I'm just watching Neuner on the penalty loop. She's like a rocket. She's half a lap of the penalty loop behind Wilhelm, so she'll be hunting down Wilhelm on the track.
Well, those two can work together on the penultimate loop here. Martina Beck, as you would have predicted, 5 out of 5. She goes clear. Lu of China desperately trying to climb up the order, but another miss from her will damage her chances. Nice to see Sylvie Picard of France going clear. The French have had a poor season so far. Olofsson of Sweden, Mike, is getting closer. After a poor start, she dropped down to 27th position, but she may well find herself in the top 10 after shoot number 3. Andrea Henkel down in 9th now after a very good start. If we can just get an update on her shooting scores. Henkel was leading at one stage, but 2 misses.
2 misses. She's gone 0-1-1, so it's just small errors.
What about Olofsson? Up to 11th, having been down in 27th.
She's shot 1-0-0, so 14 hits out of 15.
That's great news for the Swede. The Swedes desperate for medals at the World Championships.
Well,
surely that wasn't...
She was very lucky to put that target down. Most of the lead missed the second target.
Well, the Germans all saying that Neuner is no longer frightened of the shooting, whereas at the beginning of last year she was nervous a long time before she came into the range. The leader at the moment is Kaisa Mäkäräinen, 15 out of 15. She's got a 23-second advantage over Wilhelm. Buligina of Russia in 3rd position, and then further down the order, Neuner in 4th, 31 seconds behind. Having closed a gap of 55 seconds, she's got all the work to do and just one shoot remaining in the women's pursuit. One shoot to go and around 3 kilometers to be skied. It is still Finland leading, a most unlikely order at the head of the field. Wilhelm of Germany in 2nd place. Wilhelm, who's having a wonderful season so far, lying 3rd in the World Cup standing. She is, of course, the Olympic champion in this discipline. And right on Wilhelm's heels is Anna Buligina, who's done so little racing this year that it's a phenomenal effort from her.
It is. It's for her to be in the company that she's in, and Buligina, she's only missed 1 out of 15. Can she hold?